Don't forget to hit up Rose NBA on Twitter. This man will grind it out for you. He'll do your spotlight sims and your 12 and O's. Whatever you need, he's got it. What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we're rebuilding the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're doing another realistic offseason rebuild for the Timberwolves. So Minnesota is the next team in line that we're doing. Obviously, we've been focusing on the teams that are not in the playoffs right now, and then once the teams get eliminated from the playoffs, we'll start to do them. I had to wear my Luka Doncic shirt today, man. The Dallas Mavericks are up 2-0 on the Clippers right now. The series not over by any means, but congrats to Mavericks fans for at least being up 2-0 right now. That must feel pretty good. But other than that, guys, we're gonna go ahead and, like I said, do a Minnesota Timberwolves realistic offseason rebuild. Make sure you guys smash that like button. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. There's like 60% of you watch this video who aren't even subbed, and we're on the road to 20,000 subs. So Charlie, what are you doing, man? Go ahead and hit that sub button. But other than that, let's go ahead and rebuild the Minnesota Timberwolves. So there is a chance they might not end up with their first round pick this year, because it might go to Golden State if it does not land in the top 3. You know, the lottery could definitely get their pick into the top 3, but if the season ended today and there was no draft lottery, it would end up at number 6, which means the Warriors get their draft pick. So unfortunately for us, to start things out, we do not have a draft pick, so it goes to the Golden State Warriors. But hey, the one thing I do say is, like, someone I think asked me a while back, and they said, like, who do you think has the most potential out of like these 5 teams? And it was like Minnesota, Detroit, Toronto, or some, I don't know, it was like a bunch of young teams. And I said that the Timberwolves had, you know, the most potential throughout all those teams, because Minnesota has a very young group and really good players that could collectively eventually become something if they can all stay healthy together on the court. We got D'Angelo Russell, Karl-Anthony Towns. They finally have played some games together. It took a while, but they did. And then Anthony Edwards showed that he can be really good this year. Malik Beasley, I think, got suspended towards the end of the season for something. I can't remember what it was. Naz Reid showed some promise whenever, you know, Towns was out. Rick Rubio, Jay McDaniels, that Minnesota Timberwolves fans, I believe, think they love Jay McDaniels. So there's a lot to be optimistic about for this future, as long as Karl-Anthony Towns doesn't want out, of course, because that's the big problem. If Cat or Russell, which I don't think Russell would, but you know, Cat's been here for a long time, and he has only seen the playoffs once, and it was with Jimmy Butler. So maybe he's getting tired of it, wants to trade, who knows? But I'm not saying that's gonna happen, and I can't predict the future, so I'm not even gonna you know, what's the word, speculate on it. So let's go ahead, and we can't use any of our offers because we probably signed like an F trainer. No, we signed a B. Okay, sure, why not? I guess I'll sign Trey James to be my trainer, and then we'll sign Dean Wesley to be my head scout, and are going to keep the head coaching the same. Dan Vanderpool, they did fire him, I think, or something like that happened, so Vanderpool is no longer even on the Timberwolves. So I will go ahead and fire him, and I'm going to grab this assistant coach Trent Peterson, and let's go to the NBA draft now. And no draft pick here, unfortunately. It would have been really nice to have it, but we just do not have it. So is there anything really I want to do on draft night? Potentially, yeah, but we can kind of wait. Like, there's a Juancho Rick Rubio salary that we could kind of make an interesting trade for. The one thing about this team is we don't really have a power forward. Like, McDaniels, Vanderbilt could be something one day, but if we want to go ahead and try to make the playoffs this next year, I guess a small forward would be nice as well, which we could look into. So something like that. Forward, a legitimate forward, would be really nice to get this offseason potentially if we could. So I guess on draft night, since we do have, you know, kind of the assets and the salary to maybe go after a forward this offseason, I guess we can try it. We can always go get Andrew Wiggins back. Just kidding, I'm not going to do that. But let me go around the league and look real quick. If there's anybody that pops up to me, like Kevin Love, I guess, might be available, but is even worth it at that point. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, I imagine, would not be available. The Clippers are in shambles right now. If they end up losing the first round, bro, I don't even want to imagine what that future is going to be like. I just don't even want to imagine it. Because you got to think, if they lose in the first round, which I'm not saying it's over yet, but it's not looking good, what does Kawhi do? Does Kawhi sign that extension with the Clippers, or does he, like, I'm out of here and go somewhere else? It'll definitely be very, very interesting. I promise you, if the Clippers lose in the first round, those Knicks rumors are going to be crazy out there. You thought the Knicks rumors were crazy before? They're going to be even crazier, saying, oh my gosh, Kawhi wants out of LA and now he's going to the Knicks, or something weird like that's going to happen. But hey, you never know. All right, let me keep looking though. I'm kind of talking off topic. Okay. I mean, a Harrison Barnes, maybe even if you wanted to take a chance on a guy like Marvin Bagley, if the Kings just didn't want him anymore, that's always an option. Julius Randle obviously is not going to get traded. But there's definitely some options out here. TJ Warren could be interesting, maybe at our small forward spot, since you know, Indiana may not be interested in keeping him. I'm going to go ahead and probably make some kind of trade for a forward because I really want a forward here that's going to help us out for the future. Although I'm not really seeing anything that I love. Maybe I'll wait till free agency because we don't have a draft pick, I don't think. Yeah, we didn't have any at all. So player options, Naz Reid, we're going to accept all these, of course. There's Jarrett Culver as well that still kind of waiting on him to see what he's going to develop into. But let me look at the forward market, kind of see what I'm able to afford. You got Torrey Craig, Alec Burks, Josh Hart, David Nwamba, James Ennis. Alec Burks can be legit, but Doug McDermott, Nicholas Batum, Arsenio Silva, Jabari Parker. So none of these stand out to me as guys that I want, like I thought. So I will definitely be using the trade market to find myself a forward that I want. I'm going to see what forward makes the most sense, and we're going to make that trade to grab a forward here in the offseason. Admit, the small forward, power forward market that I was looking for wasn't that crazy, but honestly, Harrison Barnes is the kind of guy that could help out this Minnesota team, is the kind of veteran that I would love to see in Minnesota. So Rubio, Wancho, and Jake Layman for Harrison Barnes, and just like that, the Sacramento Kings get a bunch of expiring contracts. That way they don't have to worry about paying Harrison Barnes next year, and we go ahead and get a small forward that could legitimately help us potentially swing into the playoffs in the Western Conference, because, you know, the Western Conference is kind of a dogfight. So I like that trade. I'm very happy with it, and Harrison Barnes can kind of mentor Jarrett Culver and Okogie and kind of see what Culver could turn into. Jamie McDaniels at the 4, and then Karl Towns, Naz Reid. Of course, we want Vanderbilt back, and we'll continue to kind of trust in Vanderbilt and Jaden McDaniels at that power forward spot for now. And in the small ball lineups, you could kind of have Edwards play the 3, Malik Beasley at the 2, and then like Barnes at the 4 and all that. So that could be a lot of fun. So it gives us a lot of what's the word that I'm looking for? I forgot what the word is called, but it's like it gives you a lot of options, I guess. But there's another word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it at the top of my head, so I haven't sweat it. Okay, I think I'm just gonna wait for Vanderbilt here. Is there anything else that might be of interest to me? I like our backup center spot. I guess our guard situation isn't bad. We could sign like a veteran backup point guard, like a TJ McConnell or a Chris Dunn, bring him back to Minnesota. TJ McConnell, Brent Forbes was excellent for Milwaukee the other night. I might just wait for Vanderbilt though, and just because Jordan McLaughlin is also a free agent, but he's a 70 overall. Never mind. I remember him being like a 78 at one point in 2K, but now he's just not it anymore. Okay, so if Vanderbilt comes back, I think we're good because we have a lot of depth already. So the big trade was for Harrison Barnes, and that's going to help us hopefully like give us a forward option that legitimately can help us make the playoffs. That's what I'm looking for. So Barnes is up to an 80. Everyone else is progressing very nicely, very good. Let's go to training camps now and kind of see what we can get here. And it didn't help that we didn't have our draft pick this offseason, obviously, but the big thing is hoping that everyone stays healthy for the full season, and that way we can make the playoffs, because Minnesota has a very talented roster. It's just a matter of putting it all together. So I'm gonna throw on top potential. We only have 2. Okay, gotta keep that in mind. I'm gonna throw this one at Edwards, I think. I'm gonna throw this other one at, I don't think Cat needs it. I mean, we could throw it at like McDaniels because he might be starting at the power forward spot, so maybe he could use it. Looking at the rotation though, yeah, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Harrison Barnes, Jaden Vanderbilt, Karl Towns, Malik Beasley off the bench, Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, Josh Okogie, and Jalen Noel. Jarrett Culver are not getting any minutes right now, so there's always an option of maybe trading for someone at the trade deadline, but for now I'm happy with how our team looks, and maybe we make a run into the playoffs. That's what I'm hoping for this season anyway, because there's a lot of talent here, but I could also see a world where we don't make the playoffs and we suck. So it's just kind of a 50-50 thing. But shot tendencies are kind of crazy because Karl Towns shot tendency is very low, and I hate that. Let me shorten these a little bit. Like, I want these guys all taking shots, don't get me wrong, but okay, we're probably gonna run something like that. And Malik Beasley shot tendency, where's his at? He is at 59, and this man needs to be shooting some threes, so I'm gonna move that up. All right, so with that all being done, we're gonna go ahead and simulate McDaniels jumps into the starting 5 as well. I like that. So with all that being done, we're gonna go ahead and simulate season number 1, see how things go, and hopefully make a run into the playoffs. But like I said, not gonna be too optimistic because I could see this going either way. Made the playoffs in our very first year, which is what I wanted, and it happened. MVP LeBron James, Mobley Rookie of the Year, Suggs 6th man, Ice Defensive Player, Luke Kennard Most Improved Player, which is interesting that he's even getting minutes because we all know he's been a DNP in the playoffs, even though he's making like 18 million for the Clippers, which is just crazy to think about. Stan Van Gundy, Coach of the Year, and Dylan Shaw, Executive of the Year. Speaking of Stan Van Gundy, that Pelican situation is definitely very weird. I saw a report that the Pelicans players aren't clicking with Stan Van Gundy, which makes you wonder why they even hired him in the first place, because Stan Van Gundy is like nowhere near the age of your group, and you wonder why they're not clicking. But anyway, all defense first team, all defense second team, all rookie first team, and all rookie second team. We didn't have any rookies, so I don't know. I was looking at that. But we made the playoffs as the 7th seed. We do unfortunately get to play the Los Angeles Lakers, but hey, we made the playoffs, and that's what I wanted. So we had 24 points from Karl Towns, 23 from Anthony Edwards, 20 from D'Angelo Russell, and 17 off the bench from Malik Beasley. So we obviously have our scores. It's just a matter of putting the right role players around them. McDaniels was also very awesome. Nas Reed was 11. Harrison Barnes was 7. So he didn't do as good as I wanted him to, but it's okay. Jalen Noel with 5, Kogi with 4, and Jerian Grant didn't get any minutes. Okay, so playing the Los Angeles Lakers, I imagine we don't beat this team, obviously. They have Oladipo, Christopher, LeBron, AD, Drummond, Montrezl Harrell, Kuzma, Horton Tucker, Marc Gasol. So probably not going to beat this team. Simulate playoffs, and yeah, we get swept. But hey, it's about the experience. We at least made it in, and the Atlanta Hawks go on to win the championship. Trae Young is your Finals MVP over the New Orleans Pelicans, which maybe one day will be our NBA Finals. You never know. Okay, let's go ahead. So the Kings end up with the 2nd pick in the lottery, and they have the 4th pick. Okay, just keep it in mind that because I made a trade with them earlier. And then we have the 17th pick, so we can maybe get something at 17 that could help us. But no coaching, no changes to the coaching staff, just because obviously we just made the playoffs. So why would I fire them? So let's go to the NBA draft, and let's see what we can get in the draft. So in the draft, 17, 16, and 19. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and see what we're gonna get at number 17 to kind of jumpstart this roster. Number 17, we can get. I see Javon Quinterly, and I kind of like it. Mojave King, Joshua Primo, Devin Askew. I think I'm taking Javon Quinterly here just because I know he can become good out of this draft. So I'm going to grab him, 70 in on that. And just like that, we got a 77 overall coming in. Armando Bandicott. Not going to worry about those two guys, to be honest. We have a lot of depth as it is already. Qualifying offers, Okogie, Jared Vanderbilt. We'll go ahead and extend those qualifying offers out, of course. And then free agency is obviously crazy, but we're not going to get anybody that great. There's Moses Brown, who is a free agent, 22 years old. What is my roster look like right now? So we just drafted Javon Quinterly, 22 years old. 22 coming out of the draft, so somebody that could definitely help out right away. Anthony Edwards, Malik Beasley, Jalen Noel. Okay. Harrison Barnes, Jarrett Culver, Jimmy Daniels, Karl Towns, Nas Reed. Okay. My question is there a forward that opens up a little bit more that maybe might be able to help us even more? Because we did try Harrison Barnes this year. But maybe, just maybe, there's a forward out there that could help us even more than Harrison Barnes helped us. Always got to keep the options open. Let me see if I can find someone. And I'm just looking at their power forward spot in Domantas Sabonis. And, you know, I don't know if our Karl Towns Sabonis front court would work, but it is 2K. So I'm going to try it anyway. So let me see what they'd want for him. Because he's making 18 million and he's basically on the same timeline as D'Angelo Russell and Karl Towns. So we could make this legitimate move for a power forward to help us out. Try to make even further ourselves as contenders, because we just made the playoffs, so we might as well not sit around and just wait for something to happen. So I could throw them Harrison Barnes. Honestly, I might be able to do this trade without even trading Harrison Barnes, because Jarrett Culver's making 8 million, which he hasn't even done anything for me. And you're gonna need a guy like Jarrett Culver in this trade anyway. And then there's Javon Quinterly. How much money do I need to make up? 3 million. So Jalen Noel, Javon, and then we throw. Okay, wait, we might have to come back to this for a second. Hold on. So I see a Kogi in free agency. He wants 15 million. I'm gonna wait, obviously. So let me wait. So maybe like a sign and trade with a Kogi, and that could make some sense. So let me give a Kogi. I don't think he's worth that much money. So let's say we gave him this. He doesn't even want it. Okay. Maybe we wait on that because I don't think a Kogi's even worth that much. So let's say Perkin Korkmaz would be interesting. All right, let me try this. Okay. So let me go back to it and let me just try to make the salary work without me doing much of anything. So actually, we're not gonna be able to, I don't think, now that I think about it. So Culver, I had to trade Harrison Barnes here, but if I could find a way to do this without trading Barnes, I definitely would. So Nas Reed, Culver, and Jalen Noel, we're 1.5 million off. And yeah, there's no one else I'd want to trade. So probably gonna have to sign a Kogi to that deal and just have the Pacers take it. So let's sign a Kogi to this big contract, and then Indiana is gonna go ahead and let's see. Again, I don't think a Kogi is ever gonna be worth this much, but you know, that's just how 2K works. So let me throw Culver and Jalen Noel at you. Okay, they can't afford that now because a Kogi's making too damn much money. So I guess we take a let me see, is there anyone else who could throw this trade? Not really. Okay, I give you 2023 and 2025 in the future because we're making a big leap to try to. Okay, they don't agree to that, obviously. Okay. I don't want to trade another first round pick. Okay, let's say I throw Noel in here, and then you give me. You have anybody that's not worth it, like a Justin Holiday, something like this. They don't agree. All right, and I'll give you 2026 as well. They don't agree. Okay, what if I threw you Naz Reid as well? All this for Sabonis. They agree. Just like that, we got DeMontis, Sabonis, the transaction, Sabonis, Justin Holiday, Okogie, Jarrett Culver, 2 first rounders, Joe Noel, Naz Reid. So it was a big trade, very big trade, but it was a trade that I wanted to make. I wanted to make a legitimate move. So you have D'Angelo Russell, Javon Quinterly, Anthony Edwards, Malik Beasley, Harrison Barnes, Justin Holiday, Sabonis, McDaniels, Karl Towns. So we really didn't even lose that much depth out of it either. We need a small forward or a backup center, and we're chilling for this next season. So Burke and Korkmaz could be awesome. Kim Birch off the bench wouldn't be bad either. So there's a mid-level that we can use, which is going to treat us just well. So honestly, you know, shooters off the bench are awesome. Kim Birch, perimeter defense or inside D. What does he got? B+. There's a Deadman deal. Okay, I think I'll sign Kim Birch to be my backup center. We'll go ahead and do that. So Kim Birch, my backup big man, and then I guess I can go ahead and still kind of see if there's a small forward out here that might be worth it. And then Jerry Vanderbilt still might come back, so that's cool as well. So let's see, and he does. So Vanderbilt's back, gives us even more depth. And now looking at our starting 5, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Karl Towns, Sabonis. And then you got Harrison Barnes, who's going down in overall, but it's okay because we don't need him to do much. He just needs to be kind of that 3-and-D wing we need him to be. So hopefully at the end of this season, we're in the playoffs, but this time we're like a top 5 seed. We're not barely in. This time we're legitimate and we can make a championship run. We finished as the 2nd seed in the West. Trae Young MVP, Chet Holmgren Rookie of the Year, 6-man Scotty Barnes, Ice Fence Player, Suggs Most Improved, Stan Van Gundy Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year, Ronald Nixon, and just like that, here's your All-NBA first team. All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team. So number Timberwolves representing, but it's okay. And we're the 2nd seed in the West, looking good. And we get to play the Dallas Mavericks, of course. So 23 points for Karl Towns, 20 from Edwards, 19 for D'Angelo Russell, 15 for Sabonis, 14 from Beasley, 14 from McDaniels, 13 from Harrison Barnes, and Javon Quinterly with 8, and Kim Birch with 3. So legitimate team in the West, man. It feels good. It feels good. And now I get to play Luka and the Mavericks. So definitely not a fun thing to do, but hey, you never know. Hopefully we can beat them. Summoning game 1, we're up 1-0, start things off. 26 from Anthony Edwards in that game. Game 2, they even it up, not good. D'Angelo Russell 33, Luka Doncic 37 and 17. And Flanagan I think had 36 on us as well. Wow. Okay, and we're up 2-1. Good start. 34, 8 and 11. 36 from D'Lo, and then we beat them here 3-1. Yes, and 39 from Luka. 21 and 8 from Harrison Barnes. Beat them in 5 here. Yes, we do. And now we get to play the 6-seeded Denver Nuggets as they upset the Phoenix Suns. All right, here we go, man. Denver, Jamal Murray, Mojave King, Porter, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, Bol, Monte Morris. Somebody current round against them. And we, game 6. Yes, we beat them. Let's go. And now we get to play the 4th-seeded Los Angeles Lakers. Let's see if they have Russell Westbrook. Now they have Beverly. Okay, so Beverly and LeBron James on the same team. Very, very interesting. Drummond, Montrezl Kuzma. So this is a battle of the Behemoths. Game 1. We're up 1-0, start things off. 22, 5 and 3 from the bonus. Game 2, they even it up on us. 24, 9 and 8. Come on, man. They're up 2-1. That's not good. Come on. All right, we even it up. 3-2, beat them in 6. No, 7 games, man. Why is it always the Los Angeles Lakers? Why can't they just go away, bro? All right, game 7. Here we go. In Minnesota. Let's go. Minnesota. And we beat them 123 to 135. Karl Towns 28, 10 and 7. D'Angelo Russell 23 and 6, and now we get to play the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young, Bogey, Cameron Reddish, John Collins, Clint Capella. This team won the championship last year. Definitely going to be a huge threat here. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Start things off. 35, 5 and 4. D'Angelo Russell 29 and 10. Game 2, we're up 2-0. It's looking good. Edwards, D'Angelo Russell 21 and 13. Game 3, 3-0. Let's freaking go, bro. Do we sweep them? Yes, we do. Minnesota are the champions. D'Angelo Russell, Finals MVP, only averaging 18 points per game, but 12 in assists as well. Man, that's freaking awesome, bro. We made some great trades in this video. Again, I don't know if Sabonis would ever be traded, but if Indiana continues to struggle like they did in 2K, never know what can happen. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video regardless. Edwards, at the age of 21, is a champion. Karl Towns wins the championship. So does D'Lo. W's all across the board. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. enjoy some playoff basketball tonight. But for now, this is Crushables saying peace.